Hey, thanks. Appreciate it. Guardians get another one over the Cubs last night. I don't care if my team stinks. As a White Sox fan, though, I do like to see the Cubs lose. 2-1 was the final last night. They will finish that series tonight, hoping for the sweep. Guardians, Cubs tonight here at 6:40 on WMMS and on the iHeartRadio app. You can listen there as well. I was leaving work last night, and obviously a lot of people milling around downtown getting themselves over to the game. And there was a girl who was walking out of the parking garage onto Prospect. It was her and a guy. And the girl had a shirt on that said, "Cute, but psycho." I'm like, I don't know I know what you think that shirt is projecting. I don't know what it actually is projecting. Cute, but psycho.
Like in a cute way.
There is no cute way to be psycho. You're not truly psycho if you think it's cute. If you've ever dated a truly psychotic girl, Bill and I have.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, hacha, but there's nothing cute about it. Now her face, this girl, cute. Yeah, cute. And I got to say, obviously didn't know her. Saw her for a couple of seconds. Looked like a perfectly reasonable young lady. So maybe she's just playing around. The text I was referring to before we went to break regarding Mary's Instagram stories, where she was talking about not giving an F anymore. This person said that you're still judging people in saying that. I think they're kind of twisting it here.
How? How could I be judging people by saying I'm not judging people?
They described it as mean girl ideas being repackaged as self-confidence. Judging people in a negative light when used to idolize them is not a good look.
Oh,
I don't know what that means. But.
That was another part of the story, and that's I remembered that while we were in the break. It was that I was watching, like I'm on Instagram, and I was looking back at people that, like, specifically one F-boy and one chick. One dude that I chased hard when I was drinking. Like my last year or two of drinking, I wanted this guy so bad, and he wanted nothing to do with me. And I would like always try. I'd like go to bars he was at, like borderline creepy, and he would not give me the time of day. So I like idolized this man. And then there was another
just because he was
chick.
hot, or you like to cut up his jib?
He was hot.
Or, yeah.
He's like, I don't want to say too much because I know he listens to the show. But like,
but you were too sloppy for him at that time.
He had his own thing going. He's like a creative dude, and I was like into the fact that he had a thing. Like I had stand-up comedy, and he had a thing, and I just really, really liked this guy. And then there was another girl who I used to work with that I always thought was so pretty that I was like, oh my God, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, she's so much better than me. She's got this, she's got that. And what I was saying online was I saw them for the first time in a while with a new sense of self-confidence, like, I can't believe that's the guy I chased for 2 years. That, like, there's nothing that special that I let him make me feel so bad about myself.
I see.
Or that, like, I can't believe I put that girl on such a high pedestal and thought she was so much better than me. Because it wasn't just putting them up, it was also putting myself down.
Mm-hmm.
What do I not have that this guy wants? I'm fat, I have crooked teeth, I do this, I do that. He doesn't like me because of all of these things, right?
Well,
but
you
now,
did have crooked teeth.
That's true.
Yeah, before you got them all shiny and new and straightened up.
Right. But now I was looking at them with more self-confidence, like, oh, I am not, like, this is not how that should have gone. So I think she's saying that by me retroactively thinking they're not as hot as they were, that's mean.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean?
No, I don't think so. No, but that's what the text said.
I mean, I watched the video and like you were, like you're like dismissive of them, but I don't.
Again, if you're going back and going, I this is what I thought then. I don't think that now because of X, Y, and Z. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think it's more along the lines of I thought so lowly of myself that I thought everyone was above me. So I would see people that are seemingly normal-ass people. They got nothing crazy. They're not celebrities. They're not perfect tens. But I felt so crappy about myself that I would compare myself to them and be like, oh, my God, they're so much better than me. Or what can I do to get this guy's attention? And now I look back, being more confident in myself, like, this guy's nothing special. Why did I chase him like that?
Again, it sounds exhausting.
It is. It's very exhausting.
Bill, are you still a Chargers fan?
Like I said, I'm just kind of into football this year.
I saw Jim Harbaugh wants to bring Colin Kaepernick in as a coach. Jim Harbaugh is the newly minted coach of the LA Chargers. Left the University of Michigan. Took a couple guys with him. And they were worried that he was going to kind of pilfer that whole coaching staff there in Ann Arbor, but seems to be going in a different direction. So he's talking to Colin Kaepernick about being one of his coaches. And he hasn't confirmed anything, but he said that Colin Kaepernick is considering coming in there, the LA Chargers. Everybody remember Colin Kaepernick?
Mm-hmm.
This is a guy who took a lot of heat because he took a knee. Is that what it was? It was so goddamn long ago. I can't. It's so stupid. I can't remember what it was.
It started with him sitting during the national anthem as a protest of, not even protest, but
this was during the George Floyd stuff.
This is before that.
This is way
before
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just. I think this was around who's the one near St. Louis?
Ferguson, Missouri. Michael Brown, maybe.
It was that in that whole summer, there was a few different incidents like that. That made him start doing this. And it started as him sitting, and then he talked with some veterans, and they said it'd actually be more, appreciated if you would take a knee, because then it shows like you're acknowledging what's going on, but you're, taking it, you're just showing some more respect. And he said, okay, I get that. And so he started taking the knee during the national anthem to bring awareness to police brutality to black people.
Yeah. I mean, I could never get a real vibe on him. I know that obviously he would want to play, but I remember during that whole time, I could never tell if people who were mad at the kneeling were just insulting him or if they were correct when they were like, he's not as great of a quarterback as he's kind of being portrayed. Like, it's really being blown up because of all this other stuff around him. He's a fair to middling quarterback, and I didn't know if that was true or
and
not.
It was the Eric Gardner thing, that I can't breathe.
Yep.
That it was around that time too. And
unfortunately, you can take your pick.
He had a few good years, like one specifically good year as a quarterback.
He was with the 49ers.
Yeah. Got him to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then everybody kind of figured out his playing style, and he was just okay at that point.
Okay.
And then I think he had an injury or something. I don't know. He wasn't the best quarterback in the world, but he could have had a much longer career than he ended up having.
Right.
So it's one of those things where they definitely saw what he was doing and said, we're not letting this guy on any team.
Well, plus now he's a little long in the tooth to get.
It's been 8 years or so.
Something like that.
6 or 8 years. It's been a while.
But he does want to play flag football in the 2028 Olympics.
Alan, you can't say that.
Do they? Flag.
Oh.
Yeah. Flag football.
You think the opening ceremonies were bad? Wait until they
but all the people that were mad about those opening ceremonies would be like, that's what they should call it when they're not tackling.
Uh-huh. He wants to play flag football in the 2028 Olympics. I didn't even realize that was in there. I guess something, nature abhors a vacuum. Something's got to take the place of breakdancing now that that's not going to be making a return because of, not because of Rachel Gunn, of course, but I don't think she helped the profile of breakdancing there. I saw somebody refer to her as Napoleon Vegemite, and I enjoyed that a great deal. But also, she supposedly had a PhD in breakdancing, and again, she got 0 points from everyone, from all of the judges. She didn't even get like a 10th of a point from anybody. She got nothing. She didn't even make it to the next round of what she was trying to do.
0.
So I don't know what the Colin Kaepernick situation is, but every so often his name will pop up. And for a while, it was him being super, super thirsty. As thirsty as Mary was for that guy.
It was embarrassing.
And right? Colin Kaepernick for a long time was very, very thirsty to get back on a team. And be throwing pitches. What do quarterbacks do, Bill? They throw pitches, yeah?
They throw passes.
So he still says, of course, he could help a team win a championship. And I don't know that he can't. I'm most fascinated by how he was able to get all that hair under his helmet. He really let that fro go.
Yeah,
But it takes up space.
not that much though.
Okay. And it probably helps to buffer your cranium, too. Probably pretty smart on his part. It was part social justice performance and part just taking care of your old mind grapes. Your little noggin up there.
It's like wearing one of those Guardian caps, but on the inside.
Yeah.
Did you watch Hard Knocks last night?
I did not watch Hard Knocks last night, no.
They really are driving home the fact that it's in Chicago and the Blues are from Chicago, which I feel like is unfair to when they filmed in Cleveland and they didn't show what Cleveland's known for, which is obviously
Pierogies.
no fentanyl overdoses.
Here in the city by the lake,
Just
the
doing
fentanyl
some
overdoses.
fentanyl overdose B-roll.
Yeah.
They're like just miles away from Berea where the Browns practice.
Mm-hmm. Just up the
with
street.
Liv Schreiber doing a great voiceover on it.
Is he the guy doing the voiceover?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great. No, we keep saying we got to watch it. Gwen's like, "Oh, I'd watch that with you," but I haven't gotten to it.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. So it's piling up, but I do want to watch it. When you first said Blues, I thought you meant the hockey team. I'm like, no, that's St. Louis. They didn't say that they were from Chicago Blues, of course.
Chicago Blues.
Yeah.
The music, because they integrate that into
Son House, Robert Johnson, all the greats.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, yeah, I do want to watch that. I keep, in all honesty, forgetting that it's over on HBO. And I can go a long time without firing up that app. Want to hear from Brian?
I'm going back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali. I don't think so.
He's always saying something, this guy. Sometimes he does it in a weird voice. And, Who's that, LL? Who did Going Back to Cali? LL Cool J, right? Ladies love Cool James. Tell Mary I'm playing her first segment for my therapist tomorrow.
There you go.
Why don't you just repeat what Mary said?
Yeah. Just do whatever you want, man. Just live your life. As long as you're not hurting anybody, wear whatever you want. Put on the eyeliner. Make your hair crazy. Do whatever you want.
Also, unless you just started therapy 48 hours ago, I would imagine most people covered that like day one.
Nope.
Huh.
Not me.
Yeah. Right, all that therapy you went through, and you had to come to your own conclusion. I guess that's part of it, right? Once you start doing the work, you came to your own conclusions.
Yeah, you got to get there on your own. But also, this therapist that I have in New York is having me repair relationships with my family via letters and forgiveness packets and things like that.
I got a lot of messages about you and Bill talking yesterday, too, about you had differing opinions on whether or not it's worth salvaging a relationship with your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find one of those.
Hey, I'm listening to Tuesday's show. I'm not sure how this got brought up, but Mary asking all these deep questions about Bill's relationship with his family, and somehow it became, she's aggravated about it. I'm not sure why this is still going. I mean, obviously it's up to Bill to talk about it, but just let him have his relationship with his family. Like, Mary has openly talked about her parents doing some really terrible thing in her life, and she apparently, moved on from that, has had a relationship.
Did you just fade him out?
No, I didn't fade him out. Another one of these dumb. Oh, God.
I thought you were like kind of playing him off.
And she apparently, moved on from that, has had a relationship with them, but not a lot of people would want to have a relationship with their family if they were, abusive like her parents were. So just let Bill live his life. Stop turning it into something that needs to be discussed because you have feelings about it. And good luck, Bill. Bye.
Yeah, leave me alone, stupid.
Sorry. I wasn't aggravated at all.
No, I thought you were actually just asking questions.
Yeah, Bill. I mean, Mary said yesterday she was like, "Bill's my friend, and this is what I think," and
Well, it wasn't even that. The only reason,
if we were friends, she would come swimming after the Corona or the Captain Fun's floating fandango.
She's not that much of a friend. She's more of like a professional friend.
We can talk about the deep dynamics of your relationship with your parents, but we're not swimming friends.
Right.
No, the only reason why I asked is because Bill said, I wish my relationship with them were different.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. I didn't attack him.
And you were saying that was a two-way street.
I was just saying well, if you wish it were different, why don't you do something? I don't think I handled it disrespectfully or
I don't think so either. I thought it was a
all.
good discussion, and it made me think about a lot of things. And the more I thought about it, it's such a daunting task
It is.
to go down that road. And I think I could do it with my mom more than my dad, just because
She's a mom.
she's a mom, and that's a more open conversation. Like me and her talk a little more than me and my dad, but even then, it's still a lot because I can think of the few times when we did. God, the one time, like after I got back from the Philippines, and we were driving. We went to visit my sister at college, and it was very fresh. If you don't know the story about me in the Philippines, basically, I slept with some Filipinas and then got excommunicated from the church, and it was very upsetting to my family. The Mormon Church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and
LDS.
And as we're driving back, my mom and I were talking about it a little bit, and my mom broke into tears, like burst into tears. And she says, "Why didn't you just masturbate?" And it was
like a normal boy.
like just to get the
You were my sweet
get the
little boy
poison
until
out.
the-
You
yeah.
could have done that. You would have
Right.
been fine. And
That's hilarious.
and it is hilarious, but it was as deep a conversation as we've ever had.
Yeah.
And
That's what you should do. You should call your mom and say, "Mom, I'm finally ready to tell you why I didn't just masturbate.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it now."
Yeah.
Lo, these many years later.
Bill's relationship with his parents does not affect my life at all.
Right.
It was literally just him saying, "Hey, I wish it was different," and me asking, "Why is it not different?" And then
Didn't you hear
yes,
Mary's first segment? Nothing affects her
matters.
life
Nothing
at all
affects my
anymore.
life
Care about
ever
anybody.
again. No, but then also just the point of, yes, I do wish I would have had more conversations with my dad while I could.
Mhm.
That's all. Like a, hey, differing point of view, do whatever you want, obviously.
But with my dad, it goes beyond a differing point of view.
Right.
It is, like I said yesterday, his life is church and politics. And so it's very hard
Like your two least favorite things.
to go,
Mhm.
to get into that with him and find any common ground. And, we've done a few things here and there, and we don't yell at each other. We don't fight. We don't argue. We're just not very close.
Yeah. I'm going to break here. I'm going to have,
That was
you
our
want
whole segment? All right, jeez.
to go see the band Skillet? They are coming to Cleveland. Want to go see Skillet? They're going to do Friday night, September 6th at the Agora. And I will hand off a pair to you on the way back. 35192. That's the number to text me for anything, and we'll be back.
It's the Alan